Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach how to make the complete tutorial of Laravel and Vue.js. So let's see how to work with the RESTful API with Laravel and Vue.js. First, what I am going to do is first I am going to create the Laravel 9 project. First, we have to install it. So how to install it in your machine is you have to go to the Laravel official website. Type on the Google Laravel. This is the official website. Click on here. It goes to the respective website. So this is the official website of Laravel, right? So what I'm going to do is here we have to type get started. Here you have to go to the installation. This is the installation. So here you have to installation. What is the operation you have? You have to select the particular operating system. So I have a Windows. So I just click on the Windows, right? So if you have click Windows. So here this is the documentation explain how to install the Laravel program into your Windows machine. So you can see here, right? So here this is simple command here, right? Okay, before that you have to install the composer, right? How to install the composer you already studied, right? Okay, no problem. So I'm going to install via the composer. So here this is the composer. This is a simple way you have to create the composer, create project. This is a predefined keywords, right? Laravel. Here you have to. This is you can change your name as your project, right? So I just copy this one. Control C to copy. I'm going to go to my E drive. This is my E drive. So I'm going to create the project, right? So E drive. I'm going to create the project. Uh, project as. Here I'm going to create the project as school office. I'm going to create the office. Whatever, this is a folder. I'm going to create the folder which is office. So you can create any name of the folder. I just create the folder name as office. Here I'm going to inside the folder I'm going to create my projects, right? So you have inside the project bar you can see it's my, if you open the folder you can get this address bar. You type here cmd. Here to copy. Here inside this folder I'm going to install my Laravel projects. Okay, so how to install, this is the command which you are going to run in your machine. Copy it back to your cmd. Here paste it. You can see here this command. You will be able to here change your name of the app. I'm going to change the app as office app. Okay, press enter key on your keyboard. You have to wait until your projects get installed. Okay, here your Laravel 9 project it will be installed. This is the latest version of Laravel. You have to wait until the installation completed. Now your Laravel project has been installed successfully. Here created successfully. You have to get this success message. Info application, all the things are succeed. Okay. Okay, here all things are success without any failure. Now if you go to your folder, you can see here inside the folder, here there will be the inside the folder, there will be another folder created. Office app. This is the project name I have given. So instead of that, you can give, this is the backend application Laravel. So you have to give as a office backend. Okay, this is the industrial experience. You have to call like this Laravel slash office backend. A backend. Okay, right. Now here this is a separate folder we have created. This is a backend. This all things are related to the backend operations. Okay, double click and open it. Here double click. Here have to type cmd. Here if you are not installed the Vue, if you are not installed the VS Code editor, you must install the VS Code editor. Okay, Visual Code editor, Visual Code. This is the full mean Visual Code editor. Okay, you have to go and download them and install your machine. This is a professional editor to write the PHP codes. Right now, let's back to our project window. Right. Okay, I already installed. After install, type you go to your project. Okay, this is your project folder. Double click and open it. Here inside the project you can see here is a project directory cmd. You have to open this all the folder into your VS Code editor. You just type on this command. If you type this command code space dot, press enter key, this all your folder will be open on the VS Code editor right here. Yes, it's trust author, right? So all things are installed, open into your folder, right? Okay, now we'll test it whether it's working fine or not. What I did here is, here we have to close all this command prompt. All things I open it, so I just close it all. Okay, right. We keep only one command prompt, right? This is installation, right? Okay, now here we have to run the application. You have to run it here, terminal. Here there will be the terminal window, new. You have to run here. Otherwise, here you have command prompt. Okay, here also, now you are in the office folder. Okay, now inside the office folder, how to run it? You have to go, you have to access this folder. How to access this folder? So type on this command cd office app. Press enter key. Now you are in which folder? Inside this folder. Right now you will be able to run the command. This is the simple way we have run it. Okay, otherwise you will be run it here or here, the same thing, but I am running here. It's simple. Okay, so PHP artisan, you write PHP artisan serve. So write like this here. Press enter key. It generate all the ports and all you will be running. Okay, otherwise if it is easy for you all, so you have to go here. You have to run it on here simply. Here PHP artisan serve. Press enter key. Now here port is generated. I just copy this port, go here and paste it over here. Sorry, this is not this one. Okay, rid of these lines. Okay, this right now you can see whether it's working fine or not. Your Laravel application is working fine or not. Here it is success. Okay, this is the latest version. It's installed successfully. Right, perfect. After that, what you are going to do here is we have to make the simple form step by step. Let's see how to do the step by step. Right now, what I'm going to do is here. First, I'm going to go to my, if you are not going to watch my blogs, tutors funny blog, you just go and watch it. My Laravel 9, you will be getting the updates. We have a, if you want to Laravel 8, you will be, there will be the option Laravel 8. Here, Laravel 9. Okay, you have a option here, Laravel Crud. Okay, here, let's go to read more. You can see here how to develop the Crud system. I will be step by step, I will be attach a video tutor, you will be able to see. Okay, so the same thing. Here we have create the project. I already saw. After that, what you are going to do is after create the project, you have to configure the database. Okay, database configure is must. Okay, so you must install the XAMPP server in your machine. If you are not installed, you must install the XAMPP in your machine. Okay, you have to go to the XAMPP. Okay, this is the Apache. You have to install this in your machine. Right, I already installed. After install, you have to open it up. So here this one, right? Sure, I already opened it. I install and open the software right like this. Okay, after open, it will be start. You click these both buttons, start. After that, it will be changed as stop. Okay, the port, all the things are generated successfully here. Okay, then if this two ports are running success, your application is running, right? So after that, if it is running, you go to the simply you have to go to the localhost. You simply type on the address bar localhost / my php my type and enter. You are getting this screen. Now here this screen, I'm going to create a new database. New, simply you have to create the database here, office. Whatever name you can give the create the database. Okay, I have I just the example purpose I'm going to create as office. Right. My database has been created successfully. Then that is the things you have to do. After that, if the database creation successfully, you back to your Laravel project again here. Here now what I'm going to do is, now your server is running already. I just control C. Here is telling if you want to stop the server, it will be telling press Control plus C to stop the server. So control key, hold on the control key down and press C on your keyboard. Your server is stopped. Now you will be able to, it will be allowed to type the command to create the database and all, right? So now my database has been created successfully. Now I want to create the tables. So tables we have created in here. Here after create the database, what your the documentation said, change the env file, you have to give the name of the database, right? So the follow, you have to go through the project along with the documentation, then only you have to learn, right? So where's the env file? Here is a env file. You click on the env file. What's the database you have created? You go and see office. So back to your project. This is your project. You can see there will be the section which is the MySQL configuration section is there. DB connection, MySQL, this is the host, this is the port, this is the database name, root, all the things are there. Here I'm going to change the DB database name as you have created the database name is office. You already created office. That's it. That's the thing you have to do. But that's the thing we have to do, right? Okay. You just save all, right? Now you have created the database, right? After that, after done the stuff, what you're going to do is go back to my document. It's simple. If you go through the documentation, our thing is simple. Right here, it's working. After that, you have a table creation. You create the database. What is the database have? Database have a tables, right? Database have a tables, right? So how to create the table? You can type this command: PHP artisan make migrate create your table name. Here I'm going to mention as students. You would create the table name. What is the table name here? Right now, I just copy this one. Right, back to my project. Here, I'm going to you have to paste it over here. Right, I'm going to change this one as a instead of the students. I'm going to change as employees. Okay, your type S. Don't forget this one. S is must. Right, this is the professional way to get the tape. Right. If I type, it take too much of time to complete. That's why I just copy and paste it. Okay, don't think me as wrong. So here PHP, your type space artisan space make colon migration space create uh create here after the tables employee means a table name, whatever table name you can give here. Okay, this one only you have to change the name of the table. Okay, the other things are all the predefined Laravel keywords, right? You don't change this one, this all things. It never work. Only you have to change it. You have to give the table name only, right? After that, press enter key. Now you can see created migration. Now, if you get this info command, your table has been created. Migrated means your table has been created. Okay, we can find that. Go and see where's your database folder. Inside the database folder, we have a tables, employee tables. You click and drag it. If you click this arrow here, you can see here there will be the three different folders are there. Okay, factories, migration seeders. You go inside the migration folder. Inside the migration folder, we have a create employee table. Click on this. Right. Click on here. You can see this is the auto-generated ID and times. This is defaultly created. If you are type this command, php my artisan migrate create employee table. This is a default table. It has been created in Laravel. Here you have to here you have to declare your table fields. What are the fields you need? Okay, so right. So how to define the table fields? So here simply, I have typed this one. I'm going to type all things as string. So you type this to all things, right? So I just copy and paste it over here. Okay, right? So how to type and sign table. Okay, table. Name is a string, data type string. So this is not a arrow. This is you have double single quotation. You have type the single quotation like this, right? This is it will be generate this one. This is not this one. Single quotation. After that, you have type like this. Okay, if you want to type and show you here, sign table, it will be here arrow key arrow string. Okay, you have to write the address. Second thing is address. The address. Employee name is address and mobile. Okay, mobile also I have to paste it. Okay, this is three columns are there, right? This all are single quotation. Okay, right. Okay, right. Now we have created three columns, right? Along with the ID. ID will be the auto increment, right? Okay. where you can see the up function and down function. These are there. If you have to delete, drop the table, you have to call the drop function, right? So here I'm going to create a table. So this one. Okay, so how to create the table? If you are type table never created, okay, we have to run the migrate command. So how to run the migrate command? Here every step is there. Okay, here table creation. How to type the migrate command? Here type PHP artisan migrate. Your table has been created. So here type PHP artisan migrate. Press enter key. You can see here table is creating. Okay, here employee here creating. Now you go and check in your database table whether it's creating or not. Here at the moment is not table is found, and at the moment only your database is name is there, but inside your database nothing. It's an empty database you have. Now you have created. Now if you refresh it and check here, now you have a this following table has been created. Okay, here employees, all the things are created, but it's empty. Right. Now what I'm going to do is this all the things are created successfully. Now back to my documentation. Now I'm going to create the controller. Okay, now we have created the database and table. After that we have to controller. Okay, so first we have to create the controller. How to create the controller? You have to run this command php artisan make controller. Here at the first time how to create the migration part, the same thing. Okay, if you have learned this one, the same thing you have to php right here php artisan make migration created, the same thing. You have to change as php artisan make. This time we have to write a controller. How to create the controller? php artisan make colon controller name. You have to resources. Okay, at this time we no need the resources the keyword, right? Resources mean we no need to I'm not going to only we have to view the records only. I'm telling. So I'm going. This time I'm not doing. So here just copy this. I don't want to the restful resource controller. I need a simple controller. Okay. So I just copy this one. PHP artisan make controller only the controller name. So here let's back here. Paste it over here. Here I'm going to get the controllers. Which controller I'm going to create it? Okay, which table I'm going to create? Employee table. So based on the employee table, you have to create a controller as an employee controller. Press enter key. Now you can see the success message. Your employee controller has been created successfully. That's it. Okay, PHP artisan make controller. Right. This is not resource controller mean it is generated the complete CRUD. Okay, so here it's a basic. We will do it in later on. Okay, how to create a RESTful controller, resources controller. Now we will learn without resource controller. Okay, you have to be a employee. Okay, so empty controller has been created. You can check whether controller has been created or not. Go to the app folder and inside the app folder there will be the folder which is a HTTP folder. Inside the HTTP folder there will be the folder which is a controllers folder. Inside the controller folder there will be the page name which is a employee controller.php. Right, if you click on this one you can see here. Right, it's an empty page. Right. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, okay, if it is a resource controller, it will be generate all the methods, right? Here functions. So here it is empty controller, it will be empty, right? We want to generate. Okay, don't worry about that. We'll see how to generate, right? So here the same command, the index function will be run. You copy this one, index function, paste it over here. How to create the function? PH public function index. This is an index function I have created. You can give name whatever you want. Okay, I give the index. It's a professional one. Public function index. Start the function and close the function. Here I'm going to load the data from the database. We have to load the data from the database, right? So how to load the database data from the database? You have to give here as right here. What is the table you have to create? Context table, employees table you have to create, right? So what I'm going to do is after that we have to create the models, right? So how to create the model? Before that we have to create the models. Okay, it's a model. The model command create is this one. PHP artisan, the same thing. PHP artisan controller, this controller, controller name. Okay. If it is a model, PHP artisan make model, this is a model name. Model name is, copy this one, simply paste it over here. Sorry, not control. This one, copy it, paste it over here. Here we have to change this one as employee. Press enter key. Yeah, employee model has been created. You can check here the model, inside the model. Employee models, they are here. Here I'm going to create all the fields. Right, before the control location, we have to, because the data is coming from the database via other models. So first you have to, after controller has been created, okay, after that you have to go to and create the models, right? Okay, so models. So how to create the models, what are the fields are there, all things are you have mentioned. So here the simple way, this all things I have written, you just copy it, you have to paste it. Okay, don't worry if this all the source code I provide you, but you have to understand the step-by-step process. This is how the model view architecture in PHP works, right? So the table, what's the table you have created? You have to mention table's name. What's the table name? You have to create the table name. What's the table name? Employees is a table name. You have to create the employees. It has ID primary. You can see the primary ID. You have to go to the structure. You can see the primary ID is a primary is set. These are the fields. Okay, this is created by the Laravel. We don't need them. These fields: name, address, mobile. So here name, copy this one. Name, address, they are mobile. Three things I have already I give. Okay, these three. Okay, things are there. So here, what's the fields are we are giving? Okay, ID, name, address, mobile. Right, perfect. Perfect. This is the thing we have to do. Right, your model has been created successfully. Right, let's save out. Right, the model has been created successfully. Here you can see here the table or the table values you are passing. Right, so name, address, and mobile. Right, now let's back to our controller. Controller is reside on the HTTP controllers employee controller. Getting the data, this all the data, right? Here we don't have any data yet. Okay, if the data is available, all the data, it will be loaded coming to model and loaded to the controller. So how to load the controller? We have to change this one as a employees. Employees. What's the model name? Employee. So model name employee. If you type all the data, all the data will be loaded and passing to here, and it is passing this variable. This variable you are call it as a JSON format. So this one is a return view. We don't need this one. Instead of that, you have to type this one as a JSON format. Right? JSON format. You have to write it as a JSON form. This is a format. You have to write like this: return response arrow JSON context. Sorry, employees. Okay, this all the employee information is loaded and passing the controller. Here it is assigning to this variable assigning here. It's loaded as a JSON format. This is the things we have to write. Perfect. Okay, now this one, after that we have to study with the routes. Okay, now here we have done the models part and controllers part. Now we have to do the resources part, not the views. It's we have to do the routes part. Inside the routes, if you type the particular URL, how it works, right? In our, we already done the Laravel Crud system using web API. So this, sorry, web.php. Here we have to connect with the routes. Instead of that, this is the API access. So go to the file which is the api.php. Okay, this is all the things are maintained by the same file. We have to write like this. The same thing you have to write in the API. Okay, right. Wait, I'll tell you. Explain. Don't worry about that. The same thing, right? Okay. These three things I have put it right. So here, first you have to mention your route is where. Sorry, your controller is where. It resides on the app folder. Use app folder inside the HTTP controllers. Your what is the controller name? Employee controller. You have to mention where your controller is reside. After that, you have to give the path. Okay, so routes is a get request. We have to get the data from the database. So it's a get request. Okay, so get request. you have to type employee. If you type employee, type employees. You type employees. I have to bring the data. If you type employees, it goes to the controller. You have to give the path app inside the app, HTTP controller. What is the controller? Contact controller. This is a contact controller class. It is access the action method inside the employee controller. It's not a contact controller, employee controller. So employee controller, it has an action method which is the index. You can go and check. This is employee controller. It has an action method which is the index action method. Okay, if you are calling the index action method of the employee controller. Okay, it's coming here. It's load the data from the model and passing the variable. This variable passing here, it's load the data. This is how it's the RESTful API works. Okay, right? That is the things we have to do it. Okay, right. Okay, so here first you have to give the path of the controller. So your path you have to give here as well. If you type the URL like this, employees, you are passing the information like this. Right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right. Now this goes to the, we have to run the Laravel project again. We have to run it. We have to run the PHP artisan. So to run the project, it's running now here. This code, you copy this one, go here, run it over here. Now it's running. Now slash, you type employees, press enter key. Now what? So sorry, not employees, API slash employees. Employee, the models, app, HTTP controllers, app not found, right? So okay, if the errors come, you have to understand that. What is the thing is, we have to, what you are telling, class app employee not found means the model is not found. Okay, your model you have to get, if you have called the model, but the path we didn't give. So how to give the path? Your model is reside on the app. Inside the app, there are the models, here employee model. So you write use amp slash models slash your employee. That's it. That's how we have to give the models. Save all. Now it will be voice, right? You are not this slash, not this slash. Perfect. That's it. Now let's, now if you type employees, now here it's blank. Why it's blank? So if you go here and check, there is no data is there. Now let's set the data, some data. Insert, go insert some name. John, address, India, mobile number, something. Dummy mobile number you have to give. Peter, address USA, add some mobile number. Go. Now we have two data, right? You have to go to the browse button. You have two data, right? Now if you go here, where's the API? Here's the API. If you refresh it, now here have a John, and now the API is working successfully. You can see the API is working successfully here. It's working successfully. The API is working successfully. Now my backend is working successfully. API is working successfully. Now this web API we are passing to the our front-end application Vue.js. So let's back to our folder. This is my backend application. Here we have a separate folder which is a front-end. So how to create this one? So you have to type cmd, right? So first you have to install the Vue. Okay, so how to install it? Simply you have to install using this command npm install g Vue CLI. Right, use a CLI like this. Okay, you have to use like this command. Otherwise, so if you are run it dot, press enter key. Sorry, space. Okay, so you have to wait. So you are simply you are getting the command. Go to the Vue.js install. So type Vue.js install. You have to Vue.js installation CLI, you have to paste on this command. Copy and paste it on here. Okay, you have paste it on here. It will be installed. You have to wait until the command process install. Now my backend is working successfully. API is working successfully. Now this web API we are passing to the our front end application Vue.js. So let's back to our folder. This is my backend application. Here we have a separate folder which is a front end. So how to create this one? So you have to type cmd, right? So first you have to install the Vue. Okay, so how to install it? Simply you have to install using this command npm install g Vue CLI. Right, use a CLI like this. Okay, you have to use like this command. Otherwise, so if you are running dot, press enter key. Sorry, space. Okay, so you have to wait. So you are simply you are getting the command. Go to the Vue.js install. So type Vue.js install. You have to Vue.js installation CLI. You have to paste on this command. Copy and paste it on here. Okay, you have to paste it on here. It will be installed. You have to wait until the command process install. Right, now it installed successfully. Now I'm going to create the app. So you have to type this one Vue init webpack. Here I'm going to create the name of the app. So I'm going to create as my app. Simply I get my app. Press enter key on your keyboard. Otherwise you can type over here the front end. Okay, project name you can use any name. So I'm going to give the name office. Just give the office. For project description, if you want, you can give the project description. Author also you can give. Okay, name. Here we have to select as here runtime compiler. Press enter key. Install a Vue routes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Why? This one also why? Yes. Here you have to select as a standard. Press enter key. Yes. Here you have to select here. You have to use the arrow key on your keyboard. Okay. You have to press arrow key. Okay, on your keyboard. Here press below here this one. Karma this one. Okay, this one select and press enter key on your keyboard. Yes. Night watch. Yes. Press enter key. npm. Yes. Default selected. You have to wait until the dependency installation is completed. Now your project has been created successfully. Your project, you can check here whether it's created or not. If you get this success message, project installation finished, you can see here my app. It is my front end name. Okay, my app. You can see give here the front end is a back end. That is your wish. This is my front end application. This is a back end, right? So here you have to run it on cd. You have to type my app. This is my project, my app, my app. Press enter key. How to run the Vue.js? So npm run dev. Press enter key. Now your project is configuring and running. Okay, so it will be configuring in your machine. Now it will be running here. This is a port. Press Ctrl C to copy this one. This is your front end application. Go over here, paste it on your browser address bar over here. Press enter key. Here it is successfully working. Okay, it is successfully working. Right? This is your welcome screen of the Vue.js. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up in my VS Code editor of a VS Vuejs, right? So this is my app. This is my project, Vuejs front-end application. Here, type cmd. You have to configure into my VS Code editor, space code. It's open up. You can see it's open up. Now here, this is the folder structure of Vue.js. So you can see here this node modules are there, src. So index.html. This is the main file. Here it will be configured and running. This is that's why it's calling as a single page application. Vue.js is a single page application. Here there will be the div id app. It's calling the app. So where app is there, it's reside on the src. You can see the app.vue.js. it's configured the app and it will be loaded, right? So it here loaded, it's go to the index.js. This is an important file. This file, it will be the route configuration. Okay, it's first it will be set the route as, you can see hello world. What is the component here set it? Hello world component, right? So the all the front end application has work as a component, right? So here where you can find the component, you can see the separate folder, it will be created in Vue.js, right? So it will be this inside the component, the welcome page is there. It's a hello view, hello world view. This is the home page is run, right? This is a home page is run. So here what I'm going to do is I just go to remove these things. This unordered list I'm going to remove it. Now control is to save. You can check the output here. The output is working fine. Right? This how this application is working. Right? This application is working. This how the application is working. Right? So here we have to run it this one. This is the styling part. Let's remove the styling part as well. We'll save. Right? This how the Vue application is run. Okay? This how the Vue application is running. Right? So you can see. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to create a new component, right? So this one, that's how to create a new component. This one should be the component. So new. So this component I'm going to give the Crud, the Crud, view records, anything else, Crud. Otherwise, I'm going to create the component employee view, employee view. This is the component I'm going to create. Present key employee view. This component name is employee view. It's nothing else be there. Now what I'm going to do is here. I'm going to the routes. Here I'm going to set the route as well. So comma, copy this one and paste it over here. So here, if you come the request as employee emp view, if you type if the request is come emp view, you type emp view. I'm going to generate the employee view. So you write this. The name is you write the same name employee view. The same thing. Control C to copy, Control V to paste the component. Right. So we have to telling here components reside on where inside the component folder. We have to name the component. So here also import this one. Copy and paste it over here. My component is the employee view. So you write employee is the same thing. Employee name, say employee name. Right, that's it. Control is save all. That's a new component. This is your new component, right? For your new component, this is the hello world program. You just copy and this same thing. Control V to paste over here. Here I'm going to change the things as I just something. This one should be the employee view. Or change the name as employee view. This component is the employee view component. It's not allowable. Employee view. So component we name it as employee view. Right? Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right? So let's you have to save all. Go back over here. You have type which one? Employee view, emp view. I have what's the name you have to give? Emp view. Here, what's the name you are typing? It will be producing the output. Employee here, it's view. What's the name you are typing? It is view. It's working. Now let's start the bootstrap. So go to the Google and type bootstrap implementation. Bootstrap implementation. So you can go here over here, get the bootstrap files and paste there. So yeah, this is the CSS and JS are there. So this is CSS file. You just copy on that. Back to my project. You have to paste where you have to paste it. You have to go to the index.html. Inside the add tag, you have to paste that over here. That's it. That's the thing you have to do. You have to work, right? So after that, what you are going to do is, I need a one table. So bootstrap table, then only we have to copy and paste the bootstrap table. Go and type you have to type the bootstrap table. go here, get one of this. I'm going to get this one. It's a beautiful one. I just copy this one, paste it over here, copy it back to my project, try to paste on this one inside the div tag, right? So let's save all and back to your browser and check what is the output will be. It's working, but the right, it's working now. It's working. The style is happening. Your working. Your data is working, right? Now I want to call the RESTful API. So how to call it, right? So this one I'm going to name it as ID. Your changes. This one should be the name. Your called as employee name. Employee name. This one should be our address. This one should be mobile. Sorry, NIC. But it's mobile, no? Not NIC, mobile. I call it as mobile. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is this is the field you have changed it. Save all. You can check over here. It field has changed successfully the heading. Now in the data, I need only one. This one, these two things we don't need it. Only the one, right? So let's save. Control S to save. You check, right? Now here I'm going to do the loop, right? So here data you can check, right? So let's connect with the RESTful API. So what to do here is your application is running. Now let's open up this is my front-end application. So this here this is my front-end application folder, right? So here I'm going to open another command prompt here, because you can work with this terminal as well, but instead of that the front end, if I work with this one, it is working easy. Okay, so I work it is fast. So here I'm going to, if you access the RESTful API, you have to use it. You have to install the XOS. Okay, so you have to download them in XOS. You have to write install. You have to write npm install, right? So you have to type npm install XOS and this one Vue XOS, right? You have to copy npm install and this one, right? So type this one. Then only you will be access the RESTful API. Otherwise, you won't access the RESTful API if you are not install this dependencies. This all are called as dependency, because this is very must if you are install these dependencies, right? Now it will be installing successfully. Now what I'm going to, now back to my project. This is my project. Now what I'm going to do is let's add this line. So here I'll be explaining, don't worry. First you have to call this array result equal array. Here we have the record is displayed, okay, inside this component, right? So here we have to create this one over here, define it over here, right? After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to write this code, created, and I'll be explained, don't worry. Don't worry about that, I'll be explaining it, okay? If I write it out, it's take too much of time to complete it, right? So I paste down, right? Okay. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here, just it's not this line, right? I'm going to go to this one. I'm on only this one also, right? Load task, right? Right. Now here employee load. I'm going to change this one as employee loads. Employee load. I'm going to create the function employee load. I'm going to call the function over here. It will be running, right? It takes right. Now what I'm going to do is this is the section. This is our template. This is the design section. This is our logic. Okay, if you write the codes only here, the two files are managed over here, right? So this export section, this employee is a name, so data. So here the result is display over here. Result you have to write like this. So here comma you have to write this one. It's a data after the data function. Okay, comma you have to write this. You have to create a separate function, created function. Inside the function we have to call this one, this methods. Okay, this we have to call this function. Okay, you can write it on here. If you are do it a separate one, it's a professional one. Okay, if you are write as separate, So here comma, you have to write the methods colon, you have to start with and close it over here method. You have to start it and close it. Right here, this method is started, you can it is closed by here. Right now here we have to create a separate method employee load. It's open up and close it. Here we have to create a variable page. Okay, we have to load up the this API employees, right? So here this one we have to run our, we already our Vue application is running here. Okay, we have Vue application is running. Okay, so it is, I already tested this support, right? So where it will be right. Okay, so here how to test the port here whether it's request is coming or not. So the same thing, but which is a API this one, the same port, right? The we already test this same port. We copy it and paste it over here. We already have the same port here. Port, paste it over here. This URL. This URL coming here like a JSON format. Let's go and produce the output as a Axios form. Before that, we have to write the Axios, right? So we have to write it as this like this. That's called the Axios, right? So they import the stuff. Then only it will be work. Otherwise, the RESTful API is not working. Here inside the script, you have to import this one. Import, you write import Vue Axios this one, right? You have to this one you have to import it over here. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it won't work, right? Save all, right? That's the thing you have to do it, right? So the same code we have to pass the data into here inside the body, right? So what I'm going to do is test. Let's do the things. You just copy and paste it. I will be explaining. Don't worry. Here, right? We are test, right? This ID, right? Right here we have to name it as task, right? Okay, now what, now let's explain it, right? Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Let's save all, go to our office. Here employee, the record is loaded successfully. Here it's loaded successfully, but we have one name address, right? Mobile, what's happened? Mobile is not working. Why, what's happened? Right, the mobile I am not writing here. It's your name as mobile. Now let's save and you can check. Now it's working. Now I'll be explaining, right? So here what I did here is, how we this write this code here is, first this is the default one. You have to inside this return, you have to call the result. After that comma, you have to create a separate function, right? This created function, right? This created function we have to call the method, this load method. Okay, after that comma, methods, inside the method we have to create the separate function employee load. Here what I did here is page via, this is the API access. Your data, our API is here. My data is in this API. Okay, if you upload the server, you have to view the server port over here, right? XOCS got, you have to call this page, then data, you get the data, console.log, you can check the console.log. After this dot result dot data, you have to pass the data, it will be displayed. Okay, it's where it will be displayed. You are calling this get the data, it will be displayed one by one of here, ID, name, address and mobile. Now you can check it whether it's coming or not. Here getting and check it how the data will be displayed. For the console, this is the VS code editor warnings, right? It's no problem. So you can check here this array. You can how the data is coming. You have to pass it this data is coming like this. Okay, you can pass it the name, mobile name, this name. You have to pass it out over here. The same name you have to pass it here. First you have to write tr, the for loop. You have to write the for loop in our VS Code editor. You have to write like this. v-4 equal task. You have to create the task in result, right? You have to result means this result, which is this result. Okay, what are the records? It will be there. It is coming to this result. This result you have to pass in the task.id, name, address. It is printed out. It's looping. It's for loop. This is how we have to write the for loop. This result means this result. Okay, this result we have to, this function all the passing to this inside this result. That's why you have to empty. It is passing it. This result we have to call it over here, and we have to pass into the for loop. It one by one it will be displayed. How many record is there? It will be displayed and show the output here. I hope you guys you understood the. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class we saw how to view the employee records from the database, right? So using Laravel and Vue.js. So here, now what I'm going to see here, this logo is showing on Vue.js. I want to hide this logo. Here I'm going to make the simple attractive registration form of the employee. So first what I'm going to go back to my project, my Vue project. Here, go to the, this is my component, employee component. Go to the app.view component. Here, where logo is coming from, here, this is a template app component. This component is first loaded, right? So it's loaded with, along with the logo. I'm going to cut off this logo, this line. Image src assets logo png. Just this only line, you use backspace to remove them. Now save all and back here. Here, your logo is gone. Now I'm going to make the simple attractive login form, right? So how to do the task is, it's simple. Go to the Google and type bootstrap form. Type bootstrap form. Press enter key. If you type on this, you can come here in this place. So here click on the forms. Now this forms, you get one thing else. Here this one. I just get it this form. Copy them. Right click and copy it. Back to my app Vuejs here. So go to the my component. Where's my component? Employee view. This is my component, right? This is a view page. I have this design, right? This is my template. Inside the template, we have to do my design, right? This is my table. Above the table, I'm going to paste my form design, right? So here, I'm going to paste the design over here, right? Paste it. Here, I'm going to type the heading. This heading, copy it, paste over here. I'm going to name it as employee registration. This is employee registration form. Right. Now let's save all and check whether it's fine or not. Okay, it's working here. It's working. Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to remove these fields. I don't need them. Only one field I'm going to take it, and I'm going to, these all things I will not need them. I'm going to get rid of this one. Label, only the label we need. This one no needed. Label, this one I want to change the name as this one as a employee name. Okay, so you write employee name, right? That's the thing here. This one should be not a email. This is a text. Field is text. That's it. This one I need no needed. This one only the keep. If you need, you can keep the placeholder, right? That's the thing you have to do, right? The same thing, the same design. I just copy and paste it below. Copy and paste it below. Right. Now here, this one should be employee address. Right. So address. This one should be the employee. What is the things? Mobile. So mobile. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Right now let's save all and check whether this form is correct. Yeah, it's working. Right. The placeholder only we have changed. This one copy and paste it over here. Employee name. Here's the employee address. Copy and paste it over here. This mobile. Copy and paste it over here. Control S save all. You can check. It's working fine. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of submit button, you have to make it as this one save. It's not submit button, save. Perfect. Right now, what I'm going to do is another important stuff. We have to make the two-way binding. Right, two-way binding. If I import the two-way binding method over here. So how to import the two-way binding method? If you have typed something here, employee name, we have to stop. So we have to write over here v dash model on Vuejs. V dash model equal v dash model equal the name. So you have to write task. You have to write the some variable, right? What are the variable? You can create any variable, right? I'm going to create here employee. So employee dot name. What the name, right? These all the things we need to create. So the same thing, task this one, copy it. The same thing you have to paste it over here as well. This one should be the employee address. The same thing, copy it, paste it as below. This is an employee mobile. Like these variables we need to create below, right? So that's how the two-way binding works, right? So what I'm going to do is after that we go below. I'm going to create the variables. Now I'm going to create this variable, right? So I'm going to copy this one name employee. Then the same name we have to create below. Result, comma. You have to type here result. After result, you have to paste it over here employee colon open bracket and close bracket. Here what I'm going to do is this variable you have to declare, right? What are the variables you have to declare? First one should be the ID. It's an employee ID, right? What are the columns available? We have to declare all the things we need to create, right? Employee, right? So colon you have to, right? It will be stored here. Okay, it will be stored when you type the variables. It's stored here. Employee name. Wait, second one should be the uh, what is the name? Employee ID, employee name, address, and mobile. Okay. So first this is the API. API. You have to get the API first. API slash save. So API slash what is the name? Employees. Right. The API is must. Right. Right. So here this one. ID name. This is a name. Right. The same name you have to give name, address. That's name. Name colon. After that comma address colon comma here we have the mobile colon write like this. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is when someone type on this text fields employee name, it will be stored over here. This name, this employee name, this one, right? That's the thing. First you have to do it. Okay, after that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another thing here. After the methods we have to create the functions. So I'm going to create another function. This is save. Okay, this function save. The save function I'm going to do two different things. One is add records, another one is update record, right? Later on we do the update record. So first we have to, inside the save method, I'm going to create another method. This is save data. Save data. Because we are do this add and edit the same form. That's why I'm going to make the two different functions over here. Save function and save data function. So save data function, we have to type the XOCS. This XOCS, this one, right? This is the save function, right? So simply first I'm going to get this one. At this time, when you save the record, not get value, it's a post value. You have to post the value. Post. Here we have to write the same request. You have type over here. Only the thing is, we have a single quotation. We have to forget single quotation marks. You have to write here. You can write double quotation as well. It's no problem. Double quotation mark. Here slash. Here employee, not employee. This one should be saved. If the request is coming from the data API save, record need to be saved. Comma, which record need to save? This dot employee. Employee. This not employee mean this employee records. This all the records it will be when you type the when you fill the form. This form when you fill the form, this all the record will be this form fillable record will be, it will be stored in the V model 2Y binding. It will be stored here, and if you call this one employee this dot employee, all the component will be, yep, it will be go to the same, right? So after that, what you're going to do is this. After that, here write then dot then, write then. After that, bracket open, bracket close. Okay, after that, here write bracket open, bracket close. Here you have write uh, open bracket and close bracket. Here data, the data, you have write data, data. You have write here, you have pass the message as alert, you have pass save. That's a message, it will be displayed, right? This is a front end, right? So now here I forgot another thing is we have to do the backend part. Backend also I didn't write the code for the backend. Go to the Laravel controller section, employee control. Here only I have written on the index function. It will be returned the JSON view. We will be getting the API like this. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to store the data. So what I'm going to explain it. Okay, don't worry about that. I'll copy this one. I paste it over here. Here simply I'm going to create another function, public function store. We have a request, the request values. What are the value of through coming through the post method? It's request. It will be getting the values, right? Getting the value. We have a employee. Say employees. Here this one should be the employee table. Okay, it getting the value. It is passing. It is setting to the these values are setting to the models like this, right? It's a name, address. Another one is a mobile. It's mobile, right? So what are the API? The same thing. Name, ID should be auto but we no need. Name, address, mobile. The same field should be here. If you set this one, these values are coming here. Store same value. You will set it here. It will be inserted, right? So if it is not inserted, first you have to set the value and put it in the variable employee, right? This employee variable. After that, the same variable we have a predefined method which is save in Laravel. It is call the value. Our data will be saved in the database, right? Employee created. Right, that's it. That's simple stuff too. Why it not work, but we didn't give the route. Go to the API here. The section we have to copy these things, paste it over here. So here this one should be the employees. This one should be the not employees. Save. So save. What's the method? Store. If you type the save method like this, it goes to function store. That's the function. This is store function. Store function. What this it will be insert the record into the database. That is the stuff it will be work. Right? Okay. That's the thing. It should be work. Now let's go back here. Right? So here it's not work. Now when you click the button, it's nothing not working. Right? Now we have to do some things. Right? So what to do is after that we have to call this one as a in the same method we have to type this dot save data. That call this function save data. After that, in the form, when you click the button, submit button, the submit button, it goes to the form. The form, right? The form you have to go to the action method form, right? So we have to write the submit. You have to write how to write the Vue.js. You have to write like this. At Vue.js, you have to at submit. At submit. You have to write at submit. Right? At submit. You have to write at submit. Dot prevent. You have to prevent the reloader. Okay, just save function. But if you write like this, it goes to the submit. If you click the submit button, what happens? It goes here and it's go to the function save. Where the save function is there, the save function is here. It goes to the function, this function. It's go to the, it will be complete your request. If it's success, it will be success message. Alert will become. Right now, let's check. Now let's check it. I just enter as and something address mobile number. I'm going to type save. Not working. Let's impact. You can check here the element the request something problem. Right now, if you get this result, we just go to the Laravel. It's a Laravel problem. Go to the Laravel. So it's a Laravel. API.which here right. The problem is here post, not get. You are posting the value to save method, right? So it goes to the function store, right? So let's save all and check it again. Right now I'm going to work it here and address USA mobile number something like that. Click save button. Again go back to our Laravel. This how if you get the error, if you will be learn right here. The this one is correct. Save store function. This goes store function something error. All right, this is the mobile. Okay, nice. That's the problems. I think. I hope right. Now we have to change the name also same right. That's why the problem is happen. Now let's again we have to write employee and address USA mobile number something like that. Click save button. Here save, right? This how we have find the error and do the program, right? So that's why I have uh, do some troubleshooting part, right? So here if you are work with the while the errors come, if you have sort out how to sort out the error everything I will be include this video, right? You have to go through and search. If you have any problem with the URL, just go to the routes if your route is correct or not. Okay, if you go to the routes, if the route is not correct, it won't work. Right? So check the API routes. Okay, after that, if the route is correct, then if it is not added the record in the table, you have to check with the function. The function everything's correct or not. Right? This is how you have solve of your errors. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, you let me know that. In my next video tutorial, I'll be teaching how to edit the record and delete the record. Right? Thank you for watching. Hi, welcome back. Uh, Welcome to Laravel Vuejs Part 3 tutorial. In this tutorial, I am going to teach about the edit part. So here, this is my project office. This is my uh, front-end application. This is the backend. So first, I'm going to open them. Right, first, how to open them? It's this one. I'm going to open it. CMD code space dot. Okay, this is how we have to open it on the VS Code editor, right? If you are close it and again open it, you have to open it, right? CMD, right? Okay. First, what I'm going to do is we have to do the backend part. Okay. Now here, this is the save part we already done in our last video. Now I'm going to do the edit part. So first, what I'm going to do is here, this is my API.php. Here I'm going to pass another URL. So that is the one. Here is a edit part. So how to do the task is here I have already done it. So I don't worry, I'll be explain it. Right here, paste it. I'll be explain it. Now here, if you retrieve the record from the database, you have to use the get method. So this one should be the load the data into our table, bootstrap table. If you save the record, we have to use the post method. If you update the record, we have to use the put method, right? Instead of that, we are implementing, we have to using the route resource. So we will later video we will be explain avoid this for function. We will be instead of that we are using resource. First you have to learn what happened. That's why first I have to learn this one, this thing. This is very must. Okay. If you are request put update slash, this is the ID. You are passing the ID of the records, right? So it's also the update method. This update method, the context controller update action method, right? So what I'm going to do is you have to go to our not this employee controller, not employee controller update action method. Go to employee controller. We have to define the method. So we have already created. I'll be explaining it. So we have to do these two methods. Okay, one is a show function. I don't worry. I'll be explaining it. Second one is a update function. Right. What is the meaning of show function? If you have typed the ID slash ID, relevant based on the ID records will be shown. Okay, so if you want to find the particular employee ID, if I enter the ID as 1, the matching record will be displayed. So that's why we have a show function, right? So if you need, you can get them. So here, so update part, we have created the update. Okay, the same thing, same function like a update, right? This is store function, same the update. If the request is coming the update, okay, so request data, we are posting data from where? Our front end. So get the request, get the data along with the ID. So here it will be finding the ID and passing the ID. The information will be getting from the which one? This employee model, right? Because I already taught the controller is communicate with the model and get the data from the database. It will be control will be passing, control will be communicate with the model and get the data from the database, right? So here this employees, that's how it communicate the data, right? So the employees passing the data into the variable employees is getting an update all the employee data. So here my record my message will be passing my employee updated. That's how it's working. So that's how it's working. Okay, right? So the front end will be doing, right? Okay, so what I'm going to say, I'm going to go to open the front end. Now here, this is your front end, right? Front end employee view. So here I have designed employee view. So here we have made the registration form. So the same registration form, we have to do two operation. One is a save, another one is update, right? The same registration form. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here, uh, here this is our table, right? Table as ID, name, address, and mobile. Now here table I'm going to name it here as option. I'm going to make another column option. Here also TD, this one also I'm going to make the columns, right? This column we have two options. One is let's back to our Google Bootstrap button. Get them a Bootstrap button. Edit and delete, right? This one danger warning, right? So I'm going to make it as a edit part. This one you can get anyone warning. I'm getting this one as the edit part. I put it a button, right? It's a button. Okay, when you click this button, so it goes to the. Now I'm going to change this one as a edit. So warning, right? Now with the same button, I'm going to put another button. This one should be the delete button. And this one should be the danger. Right? The button style I'm going to make it as danger, the bootstrap style. Right. Now let's save. After save, we'll check, we'll run the application. After stop, how to run it. That's why I'll be again I'm running the application. This is your folder. This is your backend. This is your front end. Now here, go here the address bar type. You have to again you have to open and run it. So you have to write the command again here npm run dev. Okay, press enter key. You have to wait. It will be running. Okay, the server is running. Now it will be running. So you can see the port as we already showed the port, right? So 8080, right? So here go. You have to write have it a port 8080. Now it will be running. Now let's go to our component. What is our component we have created? EMP view here. If you have forgot this one, the name of the component, you go to the file this one route index dot here. What is the component? Now if you open up the view section, you can see here the button should be displayed here. Edit and delete. We already see here. We have changed the button here. We have given the button name over here, right? So the edit and button you can see here right now here. If you click edit button, this editable record should be displayed on this form. So how to do the task we'll see. Right now, let's back to our page. So here I'm going to go to do here after this one, right? So here I'm going to this button, I'm going to make the event on click event. I'm going to make the on click event. If you click, you have to type add click, you have to type add click equal edit task, right? If you click on this particular button, it goes to the event edit event. So edit event is save is started here, close at here. So here now what I'm going to do is above this save here, this one here I'm going to do the edit one, right? So you can otherwise you can do it here as well. Okay, if you haven't confused here, edit function, you have to create edit function, edit this one. So task, we have to this one not task, we have to do this one as a edit employee. This employee means this employee, employee to get all the employee details, right? So what I'm going to get edit employee, here you have to type edit employee, open and close bracket. Here you have to type over here as this dot employee equal employee. So type like this, right? Here we have a type like this. When you click the particular row, the record should be displayed on the form. Now here, after that, I'm going to do the simple modification here. This all the things of employee. So this employee, we have to copy this employee name. So here, this is a result, all this result, what is the result you are getting, your display here. This one, this employee, all things I make it as an employee, for loop employee. This also ID, also employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee number. You have to change this like as the same as it is. Okay. So this is employee array. This all the details are coming from here. Employee, right? Okay. Okay, this is must. Okay, this employee ID. This bind ID, this bind ID will be coming here. Along with, if you click the edit button, the record will be displayed along with the ID. Okay, this ID also coming from here. What is ID is there, right? Now let's go to your front end. It's there. Click edit button here. John will be displayed. Edit Peter. Here all the records are displayed. What is the row you are click on? Okay, successfully it's working as it is, right? Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to do the edit stuff, right? So what I'm going to do is without wasting time, this update part I just copy and paste, and I'll be explained. Don't worry about that, right? So I just copy this one, this code, paste it over here. I'll be explained. Don't worry about that, right? The same save code, right? The save the edit. After the edit, here I have to paste it here. Just open it, just close it, right? So you have to create the function update, right? This update function, you can see here, you have create the variable URL. So whatever variable, if you want to problem edit records, whatever. Right, this same URL I'm passing here, right? So here what I'm going to do is here I create the variable edit records. Here we are passing the URL, right? This is the URL where my this record, right? API here update. This is the API going to update the record. You have to create the API like this, right? You have to create the API like this, update plus, right, the ID. What is the employee? This one should be the employee ID. The employee ID. What is the employee ID you are selecting? That when you click the edit button, the record will be displayed along with the employee ID. The employee IDs will be there. So when you modify the records and click save, but save means we have do the update and save both time doing one button, right? We'll do the things, right? Don't worry about that, right? So After that, you have to access, yes, put this edit record here with this this employee task, this employee, all the employee records along with this employee, right? So all the record will be displayed. It will be updated, right? So when you call this URL, your ID, this particular and plus what is your this one, your this all things are, we have a form v model we have set this name, address and mobile. So we are simply write here as this dot employee. So all the things are there, it will be updated, right? Then data, after update the record, it will be clear all the forms here. You have to clear, you have to use like this blank. Here we have tried this one as a employee, this one should be this dot uh, employee name, this dot employee address, this dot employee mobile. Dot clear all the fields. Okay, dot clear up all the fields, right? Here this one, this fields, name, address, mobile. You clear up all the fields and ID. So that record updated. Task loader means the table loader. We have to call this loader table, this table load method table load. This is not the employee load. But call this one employee load method. It will be load the table. That's the thing we have to do, right? That's the simple stuff we have to done, right? Okay, now let's go back to our controller. This is the controller. Okay, here we have the we have created the this one update. We have here. When you click this button here, if you change anything else, click button again. We are not set at the validation part, right? What happen is it's coming to the edit section, get all the requests mean here in front end, this API request is coming here along with the data. It will be checked whether all the data is coming. So all the data is coming and you have to check the API is running, right? This port here, right? So it will be updated. That's how we have to do the update part, right? This is the JSON. It is returned the output as a JSON format. That's how we have get the ID here. Your data and get the ID. Data and get the ID mean this one. Okay, this is the URL. This is the data. This is the URL here. This is the URL. The associates. This one should be your data. This is the URL is coming. Okay, this URL along with your ID. So it's coming to here. Data and ID. It's find the ID and update the particular row of the record. That's the things it will be do the update part, right? Now let's check out whether it's working fine or not. Before that, we have to do a simple modification. Now let's go to the save section. This is save section. Only the save record is there. Now what I'm going to do is here. You have tried the edit part. Simply you have tried this code. I'll be explained. Don't worry. This one's employee ID, right? Now what I did here is when the employee clicks, if the record is not available, if this employee ID is blank, okay, if the employee ID does not exist, okay, now it will be working the save data. If the record is exists, if the employee ID is available, it will be go to the update data. If the record is available, if there is no, if it is a new record, we are find like this in Vue.js. This employee ID meaning ID will be unique. If the ID is not available, it recorded the save data. If the ID is not recordable, it go to the update. Sorry, recordable, it is updated. If it is not recordable, save. If it is already record, it will be work as a update data. Okay, let's see how to do the task, right? Let's check whether it's working fine or not. Save all. Back over here. Click edit. Now let's change the values, right? So here the click John. I'm going to update John Adams USA. You can see the beauty of that. If you are change over here, you can change itself. Here we have changed the name. You can see the mobile number 1, 2, 3 here. It will change. This is the two-way binding method. This is the beauty of the front-end application. The two-way. If you are change anything else here, you notice a James here. If you remove that, here again type Adams. Here it works, right? Now after that, click to change anything, click save button. Now updated record. Now okay. Now here it will be updated successfully, right? This is how we have updated the record. Now if you want to update this row, click on edit. If you have to remove the stuff here, it will be remove it. Instead of that, I'm going to type 1212121212. Click save button. Now here updated. Now you can see it's updated, right? This is how we update the record. I hope you guys you understood things well. If you have any doubt on this, you can ask me anytime. Thank you for watching. I'll be get in touch with my delete part in my next video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class, we saw edit the record. In this class, I'm going to teach how to delete the record. If you click the delete button, entire row need to be deleted. So how to do? So first we have to go to the backend part. So the backend, first I'm going to go to the routes API section. Here I'm going to make the API section. We have to make the route delete route. So delete section you have to write like this. Don't worry, this is all the source code I provide you. Route delete. If the URL coming, delete space delete the ID. Get the particular row ID and delete the entire row, right? So the controllers folder reside on here. The destroy method. If you are clicking here, it goes to the destroy method, right? So destroy method we have to create over here in the employee controller. Here I'm going to this method, copy and paste it over here. Public function destroy. What is the ID coming on the routes? The delete scores particular belong with the ID. So if you call the destroy method, it's go to the employee controller, get the ID destroy method. Here this is what is a variable you have created, the employees. Here this one should be our employee table, right? It's a model, employee model. You find the ID and delete the entire row, and this one should be the employee deleted. We are called employee. This is the thing. This is how the programming works. Very simple, right? This is how the program works. Very simple, right? Now the backend is finished. Just simple thing. Only the first you have to call the how the process run. First you have to write the routes. After that we have controller we have defined like this. After that we have to go to the backend part. We have to save all. Make sure it's save all. Then only it will be applied. What was the problem? Sorry. The problem is here. Two times I have copied this one. So function you have to paste it over here. Right. Now here we have a employee. Employer changes to employee. So employee, you have to be careful, right? It's very important stuff, right? It goes to the destroy, right? So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my Vue. Here I'm going to, after the delete data, this data is started here, this one here, it is closing here. Here I'm going to create a, when you click the remove button, here we have a on click method. You have to copy this one, same thing, copy it. We have to paste it over here. What is employee? What's the problem? Right, this one, add, copied, paste it over here. Right, this one should be remove. Here I'm going to change the name as remove. Right, now here what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to, the function you have to create as remove function I'm going to create. You have to, here this update is updated starting here, closing here. Here I'm going to create this remove method, right? Remove method also I have all done. So I get this one, the remove employee. Right, now here you can see here when you click the remove delete button, it's come to the method which is a remove method. Coming here, it get the employee, yes, remove it, right? So here, let's test that this is the employee ID. Whether it's working fine or not, I'll be explain it. Right, so let's save all. Let's back to the front end, click delete button. Message display, but record is not. Right, the problem is here. The URL problem is coming from here, not the front end part. It is the route. The route, there is a problem. It's a URL problem. All right, this is not contact control. This is employee control. Right, perfect. The controllers you must. This is all the controllers names. Employee control. It goes to the delete ID. It goes to destroy controller. Employee control. So here, go to the employee controller and do the stuff. Right. So that's why it's not deleted. Right now, if it is a problem with the front end, it will be error will be getting, right? So here it's nothing problem. So I am going to delete this row. Click delete button. Press enter key. Now let's refresh it. Here it's deleted. Now if you are delete this record, click delete button. Refresh it. It's deleted. Right now I want to, after delete that, I want to refresh the record. Right here you have to call this one. This employee load. This function you have to call. Right now here, if I delete this record, click OK. Now here it's loaded. Right. I hope you guys you understood the Crud system tutorial well. Now I'm going to create a new record. Is Raja, address India, mobile number, something like that. Click save button. Record saved. You can see here, right? Now if you refresh it here, newly created record will be there. Now if you click delete and edit, if you edit, you will be able to edit the record here. Click save, record updated here. So everything is fine, right? If you click delete, the record has been deleted, right? So here if you click delete, right? Now let's do the quick way. Here this load method also we have to put it the save data as well. When you get the save method, it will be here. Load the data here. In order to delete the record, you have a two ways. This is one way. You have another way. You have to comment it. This one. This is another way. URL. This way also you have to study. Whether if this way is not working, if you are put it some styles inside this function, the confirmation, CSS confirmation. Okay, you go and type the Google the Bootstrap CSS confirmation. Sometimes this code is not. If you have put this code inside the confirmation box, it's not working. That time you can put this code, it's working. Right? Both are same, but the problem is on here. This one, this is symbol you have put. But where you get this one is this here is above the tab key. You can see this symbol. Okay, above the tab key. Open and close the symbol. Inside the symbol, you have to type this one. This is a URL, API deal URL. This is the ID variable. The same thing, but you have to put like this. That's it. That's the thing you have to. The same delete function is works. Right? Save all and get it back and check. Delete. Record deleted. Here. Fine. I hope you guys understood my tutorial well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. This is how we have do the Crud application using Laravel and Vuejs. I hope you guys understood stuff. The same Crud application I'm planning to teach in Angular and React. Okay, how the front end communicate with the Laravel and front end applications. Right, that is very helpful to develop your industrial skills in Laravel project. Right, thank you for watching. These are the industrial standard I will teach you. Do the program.